All right, Reggie. In 1998, a ruling happened in California court that kind of opened the door for Suge Knight to possibly get out of jail and get his 9-year sentence overturned. Um, I'll post the article from MTV News on the screen as we're talking about this. But I wanted to ask you, how did this happen? Why did he not get out? What was the logic behind it, and what was the mood at the label when you guys heard that he might be coming home way earlier than he actually did?
Yeah. Well, of course, we were all glad. Suge was really extremely happy. Now, looking back on it, that was the reason why, unfortunately, a lot of artists never blew up. Or you always say, well, y'all didn't never do nothing. Y'all never put no albums out. And never. Well, if you really look at Death Row track record, Suge never was one for having that many albums released in a year. The only time that he really did that was the fourth quarter of 1996 when he released his four albums. I think it was the Christmas album, Doggy Style, Dog Father, uh, Death Row Greatest Hits, and Machiavelli uh, that he released in the fourth quarter. If y'all think about that, prior to that, he never really released out a lot of albums in one time period. Maybe two albums to three albums at most a year. But I say all that to say, unfortunately, that's what hurt a lot of things to slow down because Suge was like, I'm about to come home. I'm about to come home. And so we'll do that. Crooked Eye. I remember Crooked Eye had an album that was done that was banging. I don't want to hear that, Reg. I'm coming home and put my touches to it and all of that. Wait till I come home. And so that's why a lot of things got held up because of that. Hearing it was a 2-1 decision for him to be for the appeal or for his case to be overturned because they had some language about his plea deal and his 2 strikes and whether the time was suspended and all of that. Something that David Kenner argued and got a 2-1. But for some reason it got held up. I don't know if they filed a appeal on top of it, meaning the state to the California Supreme Court, which that's obviously the only way that the appeal court could some can get overturned if they had to file appeal to the California Supreme Court, which as I remember is what happened. But I'm telling you how that David Kenner, every week that I walked into that prison, he was telling he had came and met with Shook that Tuesday of every week, and then I would come up with him and his family members and his female friends Thursday through Sunday. And that Thursday, the first thing he would say to me, Reg, got good news. I swear to God, I'm coming home. Dave said, to the point where I had to tell him, stop telling me what David Kenner said. I think after about 2 or 3 months, I was like, what David Kenner said. And so that's what happened. But he did win an appeal, but it never happened. He did not walk out of prison until, I remember it like yesterday, August the 3rd, 2000 and, 2001. Yeah, 2001 of August the 3rd is when he walked out. And he actually walked out of the state prison prior to that, but he had a 6 month tail that he had to go do about 4 months on and for the federal violation that he had for that he got violated for that assault as well. So that's what happened. I think that article hurt us more than helped us because it made him not want to do anything and to want to put everything on a pause or wait till I get home. It was like, wait till daddy get home. You remember that TV show? Wait till your father get it. You know, he had everybody and he was treating everybody like that. Um, Justifully so. I understand why. I just hate that it happened because looking back on it because that's what hurt him. Uh, you know, the company, in my opinion, for not doing more. Not the company, the artist. I'm telling you, I was one to believe that we shouldn't kept trying to push out. I guess doing it how Snoop doing it, doing Death Row now. Just live off the royalties off the catalog. I was big on that. I used to tell Suge that all the time. Dog, we good. Trying to put out new artists. We making $6 million to $7 million a year just off on the catalog. Let's shut this down. We can both just, in our families and, people, everybody can just live off of this. Said that to him many a times. But he wanted to keep it going and he wanted to keep, employing a bunch of people and work his label. And which I got to, tip my hat off to him for not being selfish. Because if it was Reggie Wright, we would have been still every year just living off that $6-7 million that was coming in, and thought we would have been good. And I'm saying we, and I just get the percentage of what was coming in. But I feel and I knew at that point that I would have been taken care of because everything was in my name, the building, the cars, the publishing. So for all of y'all saying, why you say we? Because y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the history. Y'all don't know the real. So we would have been good. But yeah, that's what happened on that, John.